Hi, Karen. This is Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to your reading. I just want to say thank you so much for choosing me to do this reading for you, and I do hope that I can shed some light on your situation with Jerry today. So I just sat here and read through your history together, so I'm very connected and up to date with the energies. We're going to be doing the 30-minute twin flame journey reading, and so we're going to follow the outline that I've created in order to get you the messages that hopefully will help you today. I'm actually going to change the song here. Sorry about this. Singing bowls are extremely distracting to me when I'm doing a reading. I have no idea why. Okay. What are the energies that you two are holding towards one another? And so this, of course, will give us the, just kind of an indication of how that might be affecting one another. Let's take a look. So we're going to start off with Jerry first, and we're just going to break it down into 4 different categories. There's an energy here that Jerry is holding towards Karen at this time in this connection. He doesn't want to let it go. I'll tell you that. No, he enjoys it. He enjoys the back and forth communication between the two of you. There's something that he definitely values for sure. The Six of Pentacles is like a person that would pretty much do anything for you, like a friend, right? It doesn't mean that he only looks at you as a friend, but that's just what's coming through immediately with his mental space but for you. The energy that he's holding, that space. So he's protective. He'd do anything for you. He values you for sure. So that's a good thing. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the emotions. Well, his emotions at this time are feeling somewhat defeated. And I think that you had actually said here in your message to me that he has some past energies here. He has some past energies here. Let me just look it up here. He was scared. He's scared to be in a relationship. So he actually admitted that to you, that he was scared to be in a relationship with you. And he has shut down emotionally because he is afraid of getting hurt. So he does feel defeated in his heart space. He feels possibly at this time that he just can't handle maybe letting you in. That could be it. Oh yeah, look at that. Too much devastation. The Tower just means that we have really had, we've had some very disturbing, disruptive energies in our heart space. We literally feel defeated, like we just can't do it. Now, this doesn't mean ever. It just means that right now in his heart space, he does feel like he cannot do it. He does feel like maybe he's just too broken. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, his fear has definitely gotten the best of him. What about the outside world? Okay, he still yearns for your connection, but he's in the King of Cups mode, meaning like, I long for it. I like to communicate with you. He might even like to spend time with you, but there's a lack of emotion here. King of Cups means that I don't have anything left. Okay, so I can't offer you romance. I can only offer you friendship, and that's just what I'm seeing. I'm too broken is what I'm getting. I'm too broken for romance. Okay? And his overall energy. His overall energy, though, is pretty good for you. Okay, but he's got his defenses up, but he can still be friendly with you is what I'm seeing here. So the friendship is not affected in this connection. Even though he's damaged, even though he feels like he cannot give to you romantically at this time, that's what we're going to say at this time, he still definitely enjoys your company and longs to have your conversate with you. And he'd do anything for you. That's what I'm seeing here. So he's coming through as a very supportive friend, somebody who cares for you, but cannot get in touch with his emotions at this time. And it's because of his previous connections with other people, for sure. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense with what you have, reported. So let's see your energy towards him and how that might be affecting things. how you see things. Okay, well, I'm sure you don't feel vengeful towards him, but there might be some kind of passive-aggressive energy that you have. Page of Swords means I'm thinking it, I'm not saying it. Something is upsetting you, perhaps. So there could be something where you're upset, but you feel tongue-tied. You feel like if you mention it or if you tell him how you really feel, that somehow there will be a consequence. So there's some fear, and I feel like there is some holding back on your end. So you're containing some sort of feeling, or you're containing something that you want to say. You're afraid to say it, perhaps, like I said, because you're afraid of the consequences. You don't want to lose him. So what about the heart space? Well, the heart space, this is definitely a higher love connection for you. And it's a one day. You're waiting for it. Okay. You're waiting for him to come to his conclusion. You're waiting for him to open up his heart space. You're very aware of this connection. You feel it. You sense it. You're connected to it on a spiritual level, though. It's not just a desire that you have. Like, you feel a higher soul connection with him. And you are looking at it as, you know what, one day maybe we can get there. Okay, so you're hopeful is what I'm seeing. Outer world. Outer world, what I'm getting here is you're still taking time for you. You're not putting all your eggs into this basket, you know. You honor that you do care for him, that you do feel this connection with him, and you do wish that, you know, things could be different right now, but you're willing to invest in taking care of yourself in the meantime. I think that's beautiful. It's a really great energy. Yeah, the Fool. The Fool is about, you know, if I have to start over, I will. I really don't want to necessarily do that, but if I have to, I will. So I kind of feel like right now when it comes to this connection, yes, of course. I mean, you're invested in it. You guys are friends, but you're also not closing yourself off unless that is what you're doing. But I kind of feel like there might be other things that pop in here and there, giving you an opportunity perhaps to open yourself up to new things. But that doesn't have to be romantic. It's just about living your life and traveling and kind of being alone and being okay in that energy. So I kind of feel like whatever that feels like to you, it's definitely an energy of enjoying yourself. So I feel like there's a lot of positive energy that surrounds you as an individual, even though you might be connected to him and feel like a longing for him. I definitely see that you are still able to take care of yourself and at least live your life. You know, I don't see that you're stopping your life on account of this connection, which is a good thing. Overall energy. Okay, and just when I'm saying that, I'm like, wait a second, that does not make sense. So let's take a look and see what the tarot says. Okay, what I'm getting here is that you're not obsessing about it, okay? Because the Queen of Swords doesn't obsess. The Queen of Swords cuts that shit right off. Because the energy that I was picking up on is, no, you're actually very much in a very healthy spot. So when I see this, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But the Queen of Swords clarifies it for me. Because this just means that maybe you were once in this energy, but you have clearly learned something. This is your soul's energy. So you're in that objective thinking. You're cutting out any kind of fantasy. You're cutting out any kind of energy where you're obsessively thinking about it and you don't have anything else going for yourself and you're not taking care of yourself. I'm not getting that energy at all. You may have been in that energy before, but you're no longer in that energy. So you've empowered yourself. You're seeing things much more objectively now. You're able to carry on. You're able to move, you know, you're able to make your life work. You're able to get up get up for the day and, you know, do the things that you need to do. So you're not stopping your life on account of this connection. You're not putting your life on hold per se. Even though you might be waiting for this connection, you're still able to positively take care of yourself and be open to what's meant to be. That's what I'm seeing. So to me, your energy, despite possibly having some things that you'd like to maybe say that you're holding back on, biting your tongue, other than that, I feel like your energy is really, really positive. And you're giving him that space and that time and that comfortable area to kind of figure out his own conflicts. So I don't feel like you're pushing him. I don't feel like you are causing him discomfort. Any discomfort that he's feeling is coming from his own hangups, not from you. So that's a good thing. All right. So let's take a look and see what is the energies here of your connection. Let's take a look at that. What is the energy of your connection? And then we'll take a look at some of the blockages and challenges that might be currently happening here. Okay, so what Spirit is telling you here that it's a work in progress, especially on his part. Okay, so he is definitely in the energy of fear. He's definitely in the energy of defeat. So we already saw that with his card lineup. So this dark night of the soul, this old pain, old energy, there is a work in progress. Like this is something that is making progress. It might not be fast-paced progress. It might not be something that's right around the corner, but this is definitely a work in progress. So that's what we're getting here. We have surrender. Okay, well, hey, you know what? This is actually, to me, very positive. The Page of Wands is a very friendly card. The Page of Wands is very adventurous, and I actually got that in your energy. Your energy was very much free with the Fool's energy. Very much exciting, experiencing new things, being open, taking new risks, things like that. That's the Page of Wands. It's a very similar energy. There's a card, it's a card of travel, and it's a card of just basically being curious about life and learning like a student. So it's about just kind of surrendering any kind of expectations, surrendering any kind of need perhaps for this connection. I really don't feel like you're in that energy. I feel like maybe you were once in that energy, but you've learned to just kind of let go of these expectations and just kind of see how things unfold. Maybe deep down in your heart, you realize that one day perhaps you guys will come together, but you're not really basing your life on it. You're still able to open yourself up and, live your life. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and get one more. We have the energy of the material world. Beautiful. We have strength. I feel like there's a lot of strength in practical energy in your connection. Okay. Unconditional love. That's what the strength card is. But also it's an energy of kind of knowing something, knowing that there's something significant about this connection, but also at the same time needing to restrain yourself from needing it or trying to make something happen right now. Realizing that there's certain things that people need to do in their lives first before then they can open themselves up and be comfortable with it. So I kind of feel like that might be one of your lessons right now, is that you really need to restrain yourself perhaps from, just really going after what it is that you want, and you want this connection. You realize that he has some things that he needs to conquer first, which would be his fears. And so you realize that that's something that just needs to happen. And so you surrender your need to have it right now. You surrender your need to pretty much know. And you're just moving on with your life. You're keeping him as a friend, but you're kind of also keeping your options open. I see it's a beautiful energy. Absolutely. What's a lesson here? Oh, beautiful. A lesson in self-esteem. So there is a lesson of the self here. So what Spirit is saying is that this really doesn't have anything to do with you. And I think that you already know that. I think you already know that Jerry's huge issue is that his own lack of self-esteem is at play here. That is what's causing him to be fearful. That is what is causing him to feel crummy, like he is not either good enough or that somehow he is afraid to let someone in, to let someone love him. So you realize that it's more about him rather than you. But also, this connection perhaps could push you to really work on yourself and really work on yourself in the material world, or to better yourself in some way. So really, through this dark night of the soul, or whatever's not really happening right now, I do feel like you guys are both a work in progress. You guys are both helping each other to grow, helping each other to heal, helping each other to maybe do things that you didn't do before, kind of inspire you, spark each other. That's what I'm seeing, because he really enjoys your energy and you obviously really enjoy his too. So it's a really beautiful friendship is what I'm seeing for sure. But as far as like him letting you in emotionally, he still has his guard up right now, but that might be something that perhaps dissolves later on. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of his higher self thoughts at this time. What does he want to tell you from his higher self? What does Jerry want to tell Karen from his higher self? Oh, this is really beautiful. Okay, he does feel hopeless. He does. He feels very pessimistic when it comes to love. But you, even though he's still guarded, even though he's still putting his defenses up, you are helping him to become a better person. Okay? So this is a beautiful message because this just tells you that, let's just say, even if you guys do not come together as romantic partners, for argument's sake, let's just say he decides that, I don't want to lose the friendship. It's way too important to me. If we go, we cross those lines, I'll lose you as a friend forever. It's safer for me to keep you on that friendship level. Let's just say you actually inspire him to be a better person. And so he's telling you, you're a blessing in my life. I see you as that blessing in my life, okay? That's why his energy towards you is so beautiful. He's willing to basically protect you. He longs for your connection. He's charmed by you. There's something so just friendly and beautiful here. So it really is nice. Let's take a look and see what else. We have an energy of feeling bad. He does feel bad, though. He does. My life is not as together as it seems. So he does feel bad. So even though he might appear like he has it all together, even though he might appear that he's doing good or that somehow he, doesn't care, if that's the case, that's actually not the case. It doesn't mean he's miserable or anything like that, but things are not as together for him as it appears. He somewhat tends to put up a little bit of a mask because of his own insecurities, because of something. He does feel bad, though, that he doesn't have it together enough to basically be able to let you in. So I feel like he feels guilty about that. He might feel guilty that he appeared that he was ready and then he wasn't. So I'm also getting that from him too. We also have the energy of worried. So again, we have a lot of uneasy energy that came through for him. Worried about something. Fearful. He's telling you that I hope that you can forgive me one day for being too fearful, for being too worried about losing you forever, losing you as a friend, or somehow losing my heart to you. So he hopes one day that you can understand. And I think that you understand it now, but he does feel fearful and worried and guilty that somehow that you're going to give up on him, that you're going to feel like he's hopeless. So I'm getting here, unconditional love is very significant in your connection. That's why the Strength card came up. Strength card is unconditional love, meaning that this connection is very strong. It does push us. But at the end of the day, regardless of whether or not you guys come together as romantic partners, there's still such a strong bond of friendship and foundation here that even if it doesn't develop into that, or even if he can't go there, there is a lesson of unconditional love and loving him anyways without expectations. That's just what I'm seeing here. So there's something really beautiful in your connection, despite whether or not you guys are romantic partners. There's a soul connection here for sure. Beautiful. Let's take a look here, though, and see what seems to be the biggest fear, I guess. The biggest fear, some sort of a challenge that seems to be in the way. I mean, I did see that old pain for sure. Let's see if anything else comes through. Okay, so those two cards wanted to fly out, but I don't take chunks, so I'm going to take that as they just don't belong in the deck right now. Ooh, we have stress. Wow. Okay, so I feel like the biggest factor right now is being overwhelmed, feeling like I've got too much going on. Okay, so I don't know if that's something that maybe you know about. Maybe you know of certain stresses in his life. Maybe you know that he gets overwhelmed very easily. Maybe he has too many things going on at once right now. Okay, so his biggest challenge at this time is just stress, feeling overloaded, feeling like he can't either take on one more thing or feeling like he doesn't want to perhaps stress you out with his issues, kind of like if he can't follow through. So I know you guys live apart, a long distance from one another. So if you were to move there, perhaps, I'm thinking that maybe you would possibly move there because he has kids. Maybe you do too, though. That, let's just say you moved there. The stress of what if it doesn't work? I don't want you to change your entire life for me. It's too much pressure. I can't deal with it. That's what I'm getting from him because he's so unsure and so uncertain about how he feels. he feels somewhat disconnected and guarded. He is afraid to have you move there and make that big change and commitment just to let you down. So that's his biggest factor with not completely letting it go there at this time. That's what I'm seeing here, okay? So what is the most important thing that you need to know about your connection right now? Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? What is the most important thing that you need to know about your connection right now? Okay, so there's some kind of burden. Do you see this? Burden. Okay. The burden just came through. Stress, burden. Okay, what's interesting is that we did get the contract, the very beginning of this reading for him. Contract, a burden, a promise, a commitment. There's a burden. He has a hardship. There's also ghosts from the past. So he's got a lot of stuff here that's still lurking in the shadows. He's got that dark night of the soul that's still with him, which came up in your connection. So he's still dealing with a lot of dark night of the soul, a lot of his past stuff that he hasn't dealt with yet. So this is a factor. So this is something that still needs to be worked on. And it might just be easier to just be alone at this time, meaning like not inviting you into his, I guess, not necessarily nightmare, but not inviting you into his stress, not inviting you into his hardship. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. Whoa, that one wanted to pop up. We have the Queen of Wands. It's not that he's not attracted to you. Okay, I know that he had said that he wasn't attracted to you on a physical level, or no, not physical, but like a romantic level. I get that he is, but I also get that this other burden, these ghosts from the past, is something that keeps him from really fully embracing that. Yeah, King of Cups, see? King and Queen here. King and Queen. So this, to me, what Spirit wants you to know, the most important thing that Spirit wants you to know, remember the King of Cups already came through. I'm going to pull it up. But it was in the reverse position. The King of Cups was here, as in, I can't go there. Okay, I can't go there. I long for it, but I can't go there. Okay? I long to be connected to you, but I can't invest. So Spirit is telling you here, the most important thing that you need to know is that this isn't about you, it's about him. He does need to emotionally master, he needs to master his emotions. He needs to get to a point where he feels like he can open himself up and be a king. Okay, a true king is not afraid. So I'm just getting here that once he gets through these lessons, because that's literally what we have. Spirit of the Cross is lessons, okay? And it's through hardships and pain that we learn lessons. And he's obviously experienced some pain in the past with other partners, other commitments. So now, instead of it helping him to see what he doesn't want, to deal with again, or helping him to make better decisions, he is instead allowing these ghosts now to haunt him from his past. So it's not doing you any favors now. It's not doing your connection any favors. Okay? We have the Six of Swords. So we have cutting loose and moving forward. So again, what I'm getting here is that Spirit is telling you just about letting him figure out letting him figure it out, which I feel like you're doing already. This is about just kind of surrendering, letting him find his own way. And if that happens to lead back to you and you guys come together in some sort of an emotional, romantic way, then that's just simply what's meant to be. But I definitely have a couple here. I have two people that have come together specifically to help each other to heal, to help each other to transition, to cut loose from old energy. That's what I'm seeing here. To be able to move forward together in a positive way. But sometimes we have to let people go and find their own way first, and then they find out that we are truly what they want. So I almost get this energy of, allowing him to venture off, or maybe you venture off. You guys still remain connected, but maybe later on people realize what it is that they truly want, and what they truly want has been in front of them the entire time. That's always something that can happen. So regardless, I feel like you guys are still going to be at a distance for a little bit, but you guys are still going to very much be connected on a soul level. Okay? So definitely. And he has a lesson of emotional mastery at this time. So let's see the possible future energy. Okay? What is the possible future energy? How are things shifting? Where's this connection headed? Where is the connection headed? Beautiful. 9 of Cups. Wow. Well, this is interesting. So, Spirit is saying where your connection is headed is a wish being fulfilled, a spark, a brand new beginning and a fresh new start, and commitment. Blending families, and also unconditional love paying off. So to me, this is an investment. Now, this doesn't mean that you fully invest and that you put all your eggs into this basket and that you wait for this man to come to this conclusion. But there is some sort of sense that you guys are going to be connected anyways. So there's not really anything that you're waiting for, but it just happens to develop over a period of time and strengthen over a period of time. So it's literally what I was just talking about, which is you realize after a period of time what you have and what's important to you. So I feel like he is going to start to realize that you are his wish fulfillment, that you are what he truly wants. So I am seeing that. But the 9 of Cups is self-care. So the more that you just continue to do your own thing and focus on you and take care of you, and perhaps maybe adventure off a little bit, doesn't mean you got to go into other connections, but you travel, you do other things, you enjoy your life. Page of Wands and the Fool for you. Be in that energy, right? Just be kind of free. I feel like this is actually going to continue to strengthen the bond for him to realize that that's actually something that he wants, to see you as somebody that he wants to commit to and settle down with. So the fact that he even said that to you, I want you to meet your future stepchildren, there's something there. There's definitely something there. But he has to get back on board with that. Like it's there and it didn't just disappear into thin air. His fear took over and is causing him now to block your energy, but it's there. So as you continue to do your own thing, there's some sort of a reignition of a spark. Could be next spring. The reason I say that, like spring and summer, is because water and strength, this is Leo's energy, this is water, that's summertime, and then these 2 cards, this is Taurus, and then fire is spring. So I see spring and summer perhaps of next year. Something is happening. I don't know if you're traveling to go see him, but there is some sort of a reignition of a spark because there is some sort of a shift in energy. Okay? So what does Spirit want you to surrender or surrender to in the meantime as your last bit of advice for the connection? Wow, this was a really amazing energy. They want you to surrender your fear. Any kind of fear that you have at this time, they really want you to work on surrendering this and just living in that free light, like that free, lighthearted energy that wants to come through with the Page of Wands and the Fool. Adopt that energy because that energy is where it's at. The fear and feeling like afraid to do this or do that, or, that kind of energy is not living. That's not the 9 of Cups energy. The 9 of Cups energy is you just enjoying yourself on every level, even being self-indulgent. That's 9 of Cups. Filling your own cups, doing what works for you, making you happy. Okay? And sometimes when people know that you're just taking care of yourself and you're living your life and maybe you're not sitting around waiting for them, not that I'm saying that that's what you've been doing or that he thinks you're doing that. Well, let's just put it out there. If that's some kind of thought that he feels that you're waiting around for him, maybe the more that he hears or sees that you are just kind of doing your own thing might light a little bit of a firecracker. Who knows? So there is a little bit of a shift I am feeling and seeing and sensing in the future. So anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for choosing me to do it for you. And moving forward, I wish you so much love, light, and healing as you move forward on your journey. All right? Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye.